Hello everyone, it's Galaxyguy26 again here, and this is an OU2 match I had with a fella called Dragonrob. Yet another water monotyper, they are just everywhere. Anyway, I'll go into my Espion to lead, because just in case he does have any hazards, which I don't think he would, I can bounce the back with Magic Bounce. So I'm just going to set up a Calm Mind against this Politoed, because I don't think Politoed can do much. And this is quite an odd Politoed, because it doesn't have Drizzle for some reason. It's actually just running, I guess, Water Absorb or Damp or something. Because it didn't set up the rain on its own, it had to actually use Rain Dance, and it's carrying a Wet Rock as well, so an odd Politoed. Anyway, I have got two Calm Minds off on this Politoed now. Because I'm burnt and crap, I'm just going to pass it off into my Porygon Z. I get another special attack boost, which tells me this Politoed is defensive, and I'm just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt, because I'm going to hit everything on his team except that Seismitoad really hard. But obviously, because I set up so much, he's going to bring in the Seismitoad just to spite me. No, anyway, so now I've got to switch into something. So I'm going to switch to my Jellicent. He goes for the Sludge Wave. I resist that nicely, and obviously because Jellicent is very bulky, I do quite well. I also carry Giga Drain, so I'm going to get some ×4 Grass type damage off on it as well, which is always nice. He goes for the Earth Power again. I am incredibly specially bulky with this Jellicent, and it's just not going to do much. And then I go for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting some sort of switch because he's so low health, and I don't think he'd want to lose the Seismitoad because he wants to block my Porygon Z from just sweeping his team. So I do go for the Will-O-Wisp, miss, go for a second one after the Kingdra sets up a Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance not going to do too much. Now it's burnt. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, and I go for Shadow Ball just to get some damage off before I switch out into my Scizor to resist that obvious outrage that is coming from this Kingdra through all the connection issues that I have when playing this game. Here we go, in comes the Scizor, and obvious outrage is obvious, and for right now I'm just going to go for a priority Bullet Punch. Technician Steel Gem boosted, doesn't kill it, so never mind. Anyway, that's to take an outrage. Anyway, it does crit me, but it's fine. Scizor is a man, and he can take that. Next, I'm not sure what he brings in. In comes the Blastoise, his physical wall, I'm assuming. So I'm just going to U-turn out, get a bit of damage off. He actually sets up the Rain Dance again, which makes me assume this is a Rain Dish set. So I figure I'm going to test out my B-Sharp, because I like to try this B-Sharp. It never works, but it's a really nice idea I like to try. So I'm just going for the Rock Polish and set up on it. So I don't think it can do too much, and even if it can, I'm carrying a Sash. So I'm going to get ×2 speed. He crits me and does bring me down to the Sash, but I have the speed to outspeed it now anyway. However, I don't have the damage to take it out, so I'm just going for an Iron Head to try and flinch for victory, but that doesn't happen, and my B-Sharp goes down. But that really doesn't matter, because he's very useless in this team. I just sort of use him to try and sweep, but obviously against something like a Blastoise, he's not going to have much luck. Anyway, I bring in my Jellicent again, and I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp to get some residual damage on this Blastoise, because its recovery is crazy with Rain Dish and Leftovers. And he actually brings in the Swanna, which is still a good thing to burn. You know, burn on anything is great, especially I'm assuming this is going to be a physically offensive Swanna, but it's not. It's special because it has Hurricane, or at least it's mixed, at least. Anyway, he gets the Confuse Hacks, and that's bad news bears, so I'm just going to switch into my Espion and fodder it out, just so I can bring in something else safely. Whenever the game stops lagging out. It's not really lag, it's just, I don't know what you'd call it. Latency, which is also lag, I guess. Anyway, I bring in my Espion as the fodder, and I figure, you know what, I might as well try and do some damage to this thing, so I go for a Psychic, and I actually am faster, which is not surprising. Then he goes for a Rain Dance, so I'm like, okay, well I'm going to get another Psychic off, thanks to my leftover recovery, and I'll take that Psychic. I guess I could have then battened past in another Calm Mind to my Porygon, but with that Seismitoad up I really can't do too much. He's going to get an extra defense boost from his Skull Bash, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to die. So what I really should have done now is bring in the Jellicent just to resist the Skull Bash, but actually bring in my Porygon Z, because I know I can outspeed him with my Choice Scarf anyway, and take him out with a super effective Thunderbox. He doesn't want to switch out because he set up the Skull Bash. Although he should have just switched out. Then he brings in his Samurott. For reasons unbeknownst to me, He really should have just gone for the Seismitoad. I guess he thought he could take me down with a stab, rain boosted Aqua Jet, but clearly not. And then he brings in a Swanna, again, the worst of the two to bring in, and that goes down. And then in comes the Seismitoad finally, with very little health. At which point I'm just going to switch to my Jellicent and get the Giga Drain. I didn't even have to do any U-turn bouncing between my Infernape and my Saw. But yeah, this was a very interesting match I had with Dragonrob89 in the OU tier. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.